our arguments, the big G, the big C, gay community as a whole, wants mainline society to honor our diversity. Let us be gay and lesbian, and let us live our lives. But as gays and lesbians, as I see it, especially in our community, don't want that. We don't want to honor each other's diversity and let them live their way and their way. And so it's got to be, certain people have it that it has to be their way or it's no way at all. And that just don't work. And that isn't working, and we're seeing that. One person put it very, very realistically, Gala is dying on the vine. And so there's less people coming to, like the last Gala meeting, there was a moderate attendance, not a moderate for the last couple of months, and it was the nominations for next year's board of directors. At this meeting, it was told that we had less than $50 in the bank and that we needed to raise funds. We needed a fundraiser. Everybody agreed we needed to have fundraisers. Nobody wanted to do them. And you just don't get, you can't survive without the money. Unfortunately, you got to have money to pay your bills, which is our hotline telephone and our answering service. You got to pay those bills, and if you can't pay them, you can't be there. We've cut back, and I don't know where else you can cut but to just quit. That's Gala. MCC is about in the same boat. And we're really in this area. We're all an interrelated family. And so, even though some of us don't want to be called, don't want like that word family, but we're in the same. Many people wear the same hat. They're MCC and Gala members, and then there's those people that don't want to wear either hat but want it to still be there. And so, what I got out of the last meeting is people, and the last couple of meetings is people want Gala still to be Gala, but they just don't want to do anything. They don't want to help it stay Gala, and it ain't going to work. And so, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of months, because it still takes money and we're not having much come in. And so
I was struck by your use of the word dysfunctional family. It's kind of like many of us as individuals come out of somewhat dysfunctional families. It seems like does it seem like that to you, that we've kind of brought our baggage with us? And when we try to create an alternative family, damned if we don't create an alternative family that is dysfunctional.
Yeah, we do. We have the people that, it's just, nobody wants to get along, but everybody wants it to, like I said, they want it to continue. You don't leave your, as you said, the baggage out the door when you leave, when you become gay. You bring it with you, which is the way, I guess, you bring your psychological crap with you, and it just keeps, and it just builds up, and you don't forget it. And the people that can, the communities, the little G, little C, gay communities that survive or are viable and operating are ones that have some people that have gotten through that. And so a majority of them have. We have in our area, I guess I really don't know the exact reason. Everybody has their philosophies, but we're not getting through it. And so we're not getting over it. And so.
Well, Jim, this has really been a valuable thing to hear. Your story both personally and your story as a member and an officer of Gala and the MCC. And it brings us up to date pretty much. What do you see coming down the pike? Well, I know that you've already said it looks pretty pessimistic right at the moment, but I've heard other people say, well, Gala's had its ups and downs, and it's going to have more ups and downs. Do you think what we have to be waiting for in Gala, for example, is someone relatively new to come in and spark things up a bit?
Well, Gala, when it came together, it was for a main purpose of bringing gays and lesbians in this rural town together and forming an organization and getting the word out that, yes, there are gay people that live in Douglas County. That's just in a nutshell, that's what Gala was formed for. And it served that. And then it got into the hotline, which is very valuable. That's how I got attached into Gala. That's how I know there is one here. And as a counselor answering on that line, I know I've saved a couple of lives. I feel I have. And I hope I've helped somebody. if we help one person, it's worth it. But helping that one person and not paying for it, it just ain't going to happen. But anyway, I think, as you think somebody needing, maybe we do need somebody, because we've served that purpose, and we've gone through 2 political battles, 8 and 9, and so, and 3 really, and 1001, and so, which is, 1001 is the son of 9, so, because 9 failed statewide, and then they came back and got it in Douglas County itself, and it passed overwhelmingly, just like 9 passed overwhelmingly in our county.
By what percentage, do you remember?
75%. And so 75% is a pretty big percentage. And so 3-1. And so, but it passed here, 1001 passed, but then this year also the legislature in Oregon, instead of passing a broadened measure that would have served in that would have equaled for housing, public housing, and was it employment also? I'm not sure. Public housing and employment and all. They decided to settle on this other bill that sort of kills 9 for now until the courts decide if this HB 3500, is that the number? I think, if it's going to work. And so, of course, the OCA, those little bigots as they are going to be out there trying, and then they already are trying to recall and trying to stir the shit some more, because that's where the money's at. That's the only reason why they do it, I think, is for the money. And so, but I think, so we got the political battles, we have some more coming, but I think we do need somebody, maybe a new person can come in and show them where Gala needs to go, where people need to speak up, which they don't seem to do at the meetings. They just speak outside of the meetings. So, but they never come to the meeting to speak. They all have their personal agendas, and so, but they need to speak up. We need to know, maybe Gala needs to really brainstorm, really think hard, and come to a consensus, which I don't foresee happening in the near future. Come to a consensus in deciding where do they want Gala to go, or do they want Gala to even, like I said, a lot of people want it to happen, but they don't want to help it happen. And so, but that's got to change for it to happen. But it maybe a new person can bring it, or I hope it don't happen, but maybe Gala will have to just fold, close down, like a couple other gay organizations in the surrounding counties have done. And maybe when people realize what they don't have and what they've been missing, maybe something will come out. Maybe somebody will get reactivated and bring it back. And so, but I don't know what's going to happen to the people in the process in the meantime. Who knows? That's thinking negatively, and I try not to think too negatively too often. But you have to be realistic also. And that's the same way I'm being with MCC, being realistic. And so I don't know what's going to happen there. I know as their worship coordinator, I'm becoming very discouraged and worn out. I'm trying to always keep the boat from being rocked too much, from keeping this person happy because they're mad at this person, and not having nobody for me to go to get my church, to get spiritually renewed. And so I don't know what's going to happen. I've been thinking of maybe I've been doing something wrong or whatever, but I don't know. And so maybe I need to, like I said, Gala may need to fold, maybe MCC, maybe I just need to drop out of MCC, but I don't see anybody taking my place, and then I don't see MCC surviving. So it's a rock and a hard spot, you ask me, and the hard spot's getting harder.